So good morning all. We are going to have a guest lecture on tropical home gardens given by Dr. Jamaluddin. And to start the proceedings, now I will invite Dr. Radhakrishnan, Professor and Head, Silviculture and Agroforestry, to give his welcome.
For guest lecturer Dr. Jamaluddin, professor from Kerala Agricultural University, Thrissur, Dr. Shekhar, professor forestry, Dr. Chiteshwari, and senior faculty members, as well as students of postgraduate and doctoral studies. Good morning to one and all gathered here. So it's my duty to introduce Dr. Jamaluddin, who is having 3 decades of experience in forestry, research, education, as well extension. And he is officer in charge for agroforestry in Kerala Agricultural University, and he is also very well versed in agroforestry systems of Kerala. He has got very good publications as well, details of books and other aspects, and he has good impetus on research in agroforestry aspects, and he has 25 years of experience in teaching in Kerala Agricultural University. I welcome you for this August gathering, sir. And I do feel honored to welcome our Dean, Dr. A. Balasubramanian, Dean Forestry, FCNRI Metupalayam, for this special and guest lecture. And I am delighted to welcome Dr. N. Senthil, Dean Postgraduate Studies of TNAU Coimbatore. As well, it's my duty to welcome Dr. Shekhar, Dr. Chiteshwari, and senior faculty members who are here to attend this guest lecture, as well students who are attending offline and online for this wonderful guest lecture. As well, Dr. Jamal will give a detailed glimpse about home gardens which is being currently practiced, and what are all the aspects which are being involved in home gardens, and how it's getting changed over past 2 decades in Kerala due to climate change, policy implications, government interventions, as well people involvement in agriculture and agroforestry activities. Thank you for the opportunity.
Now I request our Dean Forestry to introduce the speaker.
Yeah, it's a great morning to all of you. Now, before I start, Dr. Sayer, Senior Professor, is with me. He is working with Dr. Jamaluddin for All India Coordinated Research Project on Agroforestry. A long project for the entire country. It is connected around 23 centers across the country. Now, it is after that Dr. Sayer can tell a few words about Dr. Jamal. So, they were all colleagues in the ICRIP Agroforestry officer in charge.
In SPGS, all the scientists, my lovable students. I think no need to explain or reveal about Dr. Jamal because he's the very known figure as far as agroforestry is concerned. So we have some kind of network, ICRIP network. There are 37 units are there, ICRIP units across India. Almost all ICRIP units knows about him. Mainly, he's the man of home garden. Because he developed so many models within the home garden. You students might be knowing the home garden is one of the agroforestry model. It is comes under multi-tier system, multi-tier agroforestry. I think he has developed the nuances, many nuances in the multi-tier agroforestry system, mainly the crop combination. He has changed the crop combination. Normally, we used to say the 3 or 4 stratification. He has added another stratification. There is a ground level stratification to elevate and improve and upsize the tropical home garden. In this way, we are very, very happy and we are fortunate to have Dr. Jamaluddin. Not only that, he is alumni of this college is the alma mater to Dr. Jamal because he completed PhD in this college, and also he has taken, because of the affinity, he has taken agroforestry for doing the research in this college. So PhD has been awarded by TNAU to Dr. Jamal. So he has come to the alma mater, because coming to alma mater, coming to the home place, because forest colleges may be a second home to Dr. Jamaluddin. He used to say always. Okay. So on behalf of Dean, on behalf of all the scientists, once again I welcome Dr. Jamal to take the great responsibility to deliver this tropical home garden. Thank you, Dr. Jamal. Thank you.
Now I request our dean to introduce the speaker.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Segar, for the nice introduction of Dr. Jamal. I thought Dr. Segar would be a right person to introduce Jamal. According to the points of Dr. Segar, Jamal is working 25 years in agroforestry. The same All India All India project on All India Coordinator Network project on agroforestry. So one of the richest person in agroforestry resources, and they are, as Sayer told, they are working on the home gardens. Home gardens, we all know that it is the high rainfall area agroforestry system. No doubt, Kerala is the is the home place for many of the home gardens, and he has done a lot of work on home gardens, and it is hope that he is going to talk on home gardens. A very richly experienced person in agroforestry, and he has come all the way from Kerala. And do convey my regards to your dean and other faculty members. And I really proud to welcome, as well as I am very honored to invite you for this guest lecture. Now over to Dr. Jamal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I think we can start from PG Dean office. We can start since Dean PGS is not joining. We are straight away joining, taking up the presentation. Yes, over to Dr. Jamal.
A very good morning, respected Dean Balasar, Dr. Shekhar, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Chittu, and Dr. Ramesh, and yeah, all those who are joined online and offline. So it's like Shekhar sir told, it's my like second campus or second home. I'm proud to say that I'm an alumni of 2007 PhD batch. After 9 years of my service, I was very much here. The morning also I went for a walk, and Dr. Bharani I met on the way. Dr. Parthiban sir, I also met him during walking and all. So it's like why I selected this topic, like tropical home garden. Let me just, without any introduction, it's happened actually. Yeah, why I took this tropical home garden means one reason is my vast experience, or maybe the experience as your dean and Shekhar sir and Radhakrishnan sir told. But beyond that, what I felt is you are also very much taken with, you are doing very commendable job under the leadership of Dr. KTP and all. You are doing very much you are on the ground in the field of agroforestry. I know that. Actually, again, I am proud to say that I was a beginner during that time NAIP project and all. 2007, the commercial agroforestry, or the so-called industrial agroforestry with quadruped linkage and all these things. So because of the diversity of, agroforestry gives a lot of diversity, scope for diversity of not only the plant diversity, not only your agroforestry systems and all. We have to underline the factor like the socio-economic conditions, socio-economic milieu. Okay, that's why I selected this topic. It's like, yeah, I travel just maybe like 3 hours, 2.5 hours from my campus. But I, as an introduction, as an introductory note, I invite you all to that part of the country, or maybe for a visit for another type of agroforestry. So our this thing is like whenever I teach my PG students or PhD students, again with proud, I used to say that you have to see the ground reality, or maybe like what is happening in the agroforestry, commercially, or in the commercial agroforestry or industrial agroforestry, what it happens like that. Okay, so what I want to say is the difference, the scope for diversity, not only the plant diversity, not only the systems in agroforestry diversification, and the socio-economic milieu, or the under which socio-economic parlance actually you are working, you are executing your agroforestry project, you are doing research, that matters a lot. Okay, you got that point? So as an introductory remark, I want to underline that. So the question is like For whom the agroforestry, it's almost answered. To whom actually the agroforestry is, we are working or we are doing? Scholars, please. To whom? Who are our stakeholders? Yeah, it's the farming community. It's the farmer. If you make a farmer visit, like whether it is agriculture graduate or a forestry graduate or a veterinary graduate, if you happen to have a, if, yeah, they will do some voice. If you happen to have a farmer visit, you will wonder that the farmer, you will be going as a forestry expert. The other fellow, he will be going like a horticulture expert, agriculture expert, veterinary expert, fisheries expert. But what farmer is looking for is, he will be having his own system, his own components, his own issues. Sometimes he or she may be able to understand the issue. Sometimes he cannot also. Okay, in that situation, those who are going to the field or maybe for going for research, they should be able to recognize and appreciate the farmer. Okay, within inverted comma, the farmer or maybe the farming. What is farming means, you know, when it comes to integrated farming or sort of complex this thing, it's a question of integrating lot of components. Another thing is that what actually you're practicing here is industrial agroforestry or commercial agroforestry. Okay, in industrial agroforestry, of course, that is very much the need of the hour or need of the farmer, where actually, of course, there is no doubt that the economics matters a lot. So in that situation, I used to tell in my class, like to my students also, you can visualize that changes or social changes or socio-economic changes. We'll just have a, we'll travel for maybe for 3 hours or cross the border and travel for 3 hours and like that. So what is actually, maybe during your childhood and all, you will be seeing the farmer is the same. Okay, farmer is the same, then farm is the same, place is the same. What is actually being, where actually the transition goes on? It is the crops, it is the components, it's the crop combination that matters. Okay, thank you. So I'm taking your, maybe during the school days and all, maybe some of you, like UG, I'm telling, or maybe even our teachers, my colleagues will appreciate that before this NAP project or this sort of commercial agroforestry, industrial agroforestry in Tamil Nadu, if you just look into to the farmer, not like history of the generations and history of the past and all, you will be able to appreciate that. Yeah, we will be able to appreciate that farmer may be doing his crops like sugarcane. Okay, maybe he is doing with he and his family and village, maybe doing some pulses, maybe some vegetables. Okay, so these were the situations. So the economics, I'm telling about the economics. So in this background, the economics matters a lot, and we were able to give him the right component. You know, I don't want to define agroforestry here and all. It's the, what is agroforestry? It's beyond the, yeah. Sustainable management. Then what else? In simple terms, it is the land use systems and technologies in simple terms. Okay, what is agroforestry mean? It's the land use systems and technologies. Of course, we'll put some add-ons also. Okay, to satisfy these are the land use systems and technologies where the woody perennials are deliberately grown or purposefully grown. Okay, along with crops and animals, pastures, and all in a sequential or temporal manner. That's why the definition of agroforestry is complete. So in that definition, so if you just look into the agroforestry happening, why I made a comparison of Kerala and Tamil Nadu means it's very nearby. It's a matter of 3 hours journey. Again, whatever you are practicing is having a essay, or it is actually evolved. It's not like some project or the university or maybe the technical expertise that has pressed or it has brought. It is, I want to use the term like it is evolved over the years. And not only years, evolved according to the need, the farmer requirement, by knowing the pulse of the farmer at both places, actually, maybe in Tamil Nadu and Central India and all, you are doing wonderful job, like where actually the forestry has to intervene or agroforestry has to intervene. Done good job, great job. And the congrats to the Dr. KTP, NIP project and that team. I would like to congratulate them because they are ground to the thing. Like that, if you just look into the picture in Kerala, it is entirely different. Entirely different, I told, the socio-economic milieu. Okay, so the socio-economics means it is the extent of land, it is the nature of land, it is the dependence on the land, how much it's dependent on. So I'll make it clear. I'll make it clear, like the socio-economic situation is, instead of having the land, you may be knowing like per capita land. Okay, the per capita land for, I mean, the Indian average, and when it comes to the state level and all, it varies a lot. Our situation means it's 0.1 hectares, 0.01 hectares, like that in state of Kerala. It is one of the highly populated with, we'll be telling our land extent, it's not in hectares, it's not in acres. You will wonder that it is in cents. In our urban agroforestry, we are not there to tell like even in cents also, it's in square feet. Square feet, okay? So why I am telling this important thing is that, so whatever agroforestry you want to practice means, you have the liberty to practice in your land, like maybe extending to cents, and you can have vertical garden, you can have on your terrace. So the integration of the component is most important. When another thing is that the dependence on this land, dependence, you can say, my rating is like dependence is not that very much high. If at all you are not doing in your home garden this thing, that and all, you will be able to feed yourself and your families. That is the situation. So dependence is less. But at the same time, they are concerned about the sustainability, the recreation, and I mean, even in the urban situation, they want to have the other functions other than the, of course, now you might have heard about the concepts, like I thought of presenting this thing like food forest, the fruit forest. You are having 1 hectare this thing and all, no, like that. If you just Google, you will get food forest, fruit forest and all. Okay, so where actually all these needs coming from the ground. So let me just show you one small video clip. Why I am showing the video clip first is, I have to congratulate our own scholar, Sajida Cyril. That is opened in day before yesterday. Sajida Cyril has put, maybe LinkedIn people, they might have already watched. But how many of you watch it? Please raise your hands. Many watched means I don't want to repeat. Okay, okay. With great pleasure. Okay, thank you. I want to put that small clip in the starting itself. Just that is just like their home garden study reveal only. So that scholar was trying to reveal what she is going to do. I'm also an advisory committee member. She is working under Dr. Kunyamo. So with the morning, this thing, I would like to put that clip for maybe for 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, please. The scholar has taken it in the right spirit, and it came LinkedIn day before yesterday only. So fresh, that's why I'm putting as an introductory this thing. So I would like to take this message also along with you. I mean, the execution, the research, whatever it may be, it's all with the right concern for the farmer. Of course, along with that, our research priority, everything comes. So it happens actually. It's not somebody made it from the law, made it from, like you may be knowing, like, no, in the, maybe your Dr. Varadaraj is here? No. Even in the economics and all, we used to, sociology, we used to tell, like in the planning, like top to bottom approach. You know that? Bottom to top approach, grassroots level and all. So it's evolved from the ground. What is to be researched? So I'll be just giving a mention about, you can open that video now. I'm just passing the time. Yeah, what to research means that will be entirely different from the socio-economic milieu. Again, the socio-economic parlance, socio-economic background. So then only we will be appreciated from the ground what to be researched, how to be researched, what is our research program, how to move ahead and all now.
Consequently, agricultural rate of production in Asia is expected to decrease by 6.6% by 2060. Sustainable efforts are integral to developing agricultural and use practices that are resilient to both the changing climate. In this pursuit, adherence to nature-based solutions is crucial as they are increasingly gaining recognition. Why nature-based solutions actions to attack and restore natural often ecosystems. Societal challenges and effectively simultaneously. Nature, traditional gardens of Kerala, true systems, generations of participation are considering household these time-tested systems. Their multi-functionality, visual services, timber, gardens also provide ecological services, the urban industry, soil conservation. Today, one of the most resilient forestry systems, true landscapes, rubber, and sun and biodiversity and wildlife. By ensuring nutrition stability and sociocultural integrity, it is noteworthy that our gardens were one of the agro-ecosystems in Kerala that actively survived the impacts of pesticides during 2008. Despite their multitude of benefits, the home gardens in Kerala undergo undesirable transformations. Lack of management seriously impact their traditional features, primarily owing to economic leverage. Hence, we will explore the potential attributes of home gardens through the study titled Characterization of Traditional Gardens as Nature-Based Solutions to Enhance Ecosystems and Economic Prosperity.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. And I wish the scholar who started with a lot of enthusiasm the best, Sajida Cyril. Okay. So why again we have seen or we have showed this video is again to appreciate and recognize the diversity in socio-economic view or socio-economic parlance of every farms, maybe every regions, maybe like even nearby states and all these things. So we in this background only we'll be able to appreciate whatever is happening in the this side, that side, and all. So let's see. Let's go like the tropical home garden. You know, it's a traditional time-tested series. And sustainability, I'm not asking. It's something like again we'll ask questions like what is sustainability and that is the teacher mode. So I have to go a bit fast. I think you know what is sustainability. Okay, so I'm not entering to that. And more than that, dietary supplies like 3% to 44% are getting from this thing of total calories. Then our protein requirement of 4 to 32% is obtained from the the home garden products and agroforestry products. The woody perennials, the most important component. That is getting a very good percentage. Then 51 to 90% of the fuel wood requirement is coming from this thing, high carbon sequestration potential and climate change. Next, please. So no, this is you can get in the textbook also. It is the ecological benefits, the economic benefits, and social institutional benefits of agroforestry. Next, please. Yeah, the provisional services like the traditional or ancient agroforestry system were having multiple benefits, and home gardens have been found thousands of years. Where from actually this sort of agroforestry started means when actually agroforestry started? 2006. Anybody, any scholar can answer? Agroforestry started with settled agriculture. When the man actually from nomadic life to settled life means the sort of agriculture started was nothing like the agroforestry, which was the most traditional agroforestry. You want to put it in? Shifting cultivation, and that has been Tongia, this thing, refined this thing and all. So I'm not going to the history. Next, please. Yeah, the woody perennials, the wood production scenario of Kerala only. So because of the lack of the time, I'm not going for any description. I want to take you to this thing that, of course, some 46%, 49%, that's rubber only. Then after that, you are getting a very good percentage. That red one, you just listen, that's like a very good percentage of 1/3 or maybe 35% of wood requirement, wood timber requirement per se, it is from home gardens only. I just want to pass that message from this slide. Next, please. So the distribution of home gardens in different, you might have heard by different names like Chagga Home Garden, Pekaragan Home Garden, didn't you? PGs means definitely, okay? Chagga means where? Javanese, no? Javan, that's Chagga. Then the Pekaragan is Javan. Then East African side means they'll be going like Chagga. Then so many names like Hirtos familiaris in Central America. Then Pureda Krishi, we call in Kerala. Then Candy means it's Sri Lanka, it's called by another name Candy. Then Kaya or Fio, that's in different countries or different regions, it's known by different names. That's the message I want to convey from this. Yeah, next please. The global distribution is like, you may be knowing, like it is mostly in the tropics and 30° north and 40° south and in the equator, all around the equator. And even without, it goes without saying that tropical home garden. I use the term like tropical home garden. Even without using that, it goes without saying that home garden means basically it is tropical only. What is tropics actually? You may be thinking like 23.5 north, 23.5 south and all. We used to put it in common word like where the plantain grows. What is plantain? Plantain means banana. Okay. Where the plantain grows. In simple terms now. Tropics means, you Google also, tropics means where the banana grows. No, that's all like, it's all common this thing only. Okay, next please. Okay, before going to the, characteristics of home gardens, I want to put a word like there is a classical paper like home gardens in southwest to southwestern America, home gardens from tropical to temperate, some classical papers. So what will be the limitations in Europe and temperate countries? The main limiting factor will be the sunlight, solar energy. We are getting it plenty, no? No, they are coming for sunbath, this thing, that thing, and all. But we are having that energy a lot. But beyond that, in the European countries and the equator, that side, and towards polar regions or maybe like subtropical, this thing, the sunlight is the most limiting factor. Okay, so the characteristics of home gardens, actually, I'm not going for description of this thing. Doing PG, being PGs and PhD means you are well aware it is a structural characteristics are there, functional management. Then home garden means it's like, it's not static, it's like any biological system, it's very dynamic. Next, please. Yeah, this is just different components. The functional diversity of the home gardens, different functions or professional services are being taken. Next, please. So you'll be able to see that the environment, socio-cultural environment means you'll be seeing different environment like ecological, economic, and different functions of home gardens. Next, please. Yeah, this is just the number of woody perennials in different regions of tropical home garden. Next, please. Yeah, this is actually the floristic attributes. I'm not beyond the floristic attributes of home garden. Tropical home gardens in different regions. So this is from your just for the curiosity of scholars or maybe like you have different different authors or different scientists. You have documented evidences of you just see the number of species, how much varying it is. It is very much varying, and total for geographical location, you can see that West Javan or maybe like that Javan means that Pekaragan home gardens and all, you just see 602. That much a number of species are available. So you just see the Kerala home gardens. It's not far. It is like 127. 127. This is average only. So average, this much number of species is available in the home gardens. Why I am showing this thing is this much maximum diversity is available in the home gardens. Okay, next please. So I'm not going to the regional variation. Next please. Next slide. So we have some Next, yeah. Okay, these are small and medium farmers. Some studies have been taken up in the urban and peri-urban areas, and the number of species diversity, that is varying a lot in different size classes also, just to show that there is diversity. Next, please. Yeah, again, commercial and non-commercial species actually in the as Shekhar sir told, first story, second story, third story, fourth story, and you can see sir was telling it with confidence that Jamaluddin is making another fifth story also. so I have to give you with the data now. So he is aware of this paper, this thing and all. I am not going to the details. What I want to convey with you people is your whatever agroforestry now you people are actually over here. When I was in this campus also, I was going through many of the industrial agroforestry and commercial agroforestry. So thanks for that NIP project and the big project, and it reached to the farmer, and that's one side of socio-economic parlance, socio-economic environment. Okay, another situation I am just showing you nearby. Again, I told maybe you have to travel three hours, not more than that. The situation is entirely different. I just want to show that diversity point of view. You just see these are, we will be able to show you the all 5 stories within the home gardens, not like evergreen forest or this thing and all. We will be able to very confidently show you these things. That is the only intention of showing this graph. Next, please. Yeah, this is again variations, I mean, of different MPTs and different, no, I mean, different species in the urban and peri-urban areas. Even you will see that in the urban areas, of course, you can just see that in the urban areas, that blue color now, that urban areas means mostly the importance is given to ornamental plants. You might have noticed that the ornamental plants and this thing and all, the recreation that matters. But in the peri-urban region or maybe in the rural this thing and all, you can see that it is the fruit plants or the provisional functions of fruit plants what farmer can use directly, maybe for his own family use or dietary requirement or whatever it may be, just to show that a difference. Okay, I'm showing. We'd like to show this graph. Next, please. So again, this is a functional diversity. So you will be able to see that you will be able to again that diversity is there in small home garden, medium home garden, large home garden and all. Again, you please note that fruit trees almost in all the conditions, small and medium and large, that fruit trees are there. But when it comes to many other component, I mean the fodder crops and all, you just see that is more there in the small home garden. So you can just relate with the socio-economic conditions. The small home garden means farmer will be living with a cow, maybe like a goat or whatever it may be. So he will be having a lot of dependence for meeting the fodder for his own cows and all. So such sort of practice might have given such a data like the fodder is very much important. But you just see the condition in the this large and all, no, large actually, so many that livestock, that is very less, dependency is very less. This is just to show that in a bigger home garden, the requirement, the interest of the farmer, the need of the farmer, the functional hence the functional services that's given by your home garden, that will be a different, a typical another set of provisions. How these provisions came? It is because of the farmer requirement or farmer need. Farmer himself is very wise, no? Especially wherever you are, especially they are very much literate and they are wise. Don't think that farmers are not wise. Of course, we appreciate as scientists and executing officers, we know that farmers are wise. Their wisdom lies in many things. Okay, we will be studying our gap dynamics, this thing, and in the silviculture. But farmer, to my experience in the home garden, the best silviculture is in the home garden. The farmer himself, the gap dynamics. He'll be looking for the openings in some seasons. So he'll be going with the right seedlings or maybe the right seeds, propagules. He'll put it in the right place. Okay. Only thing is that you will not be able to scientifically tell or scientifically document what it is. So it is our job, being the scientist or maybe the so-called as we are studying this science, it's our job to document and scientifically prove, and maybe I'll use the term like scientifically document. Okay, scientifically document the things and highlight the things. So that's what actually we are doing now. Okay, next please. Yeah, this is again a different total number of that plant diversity of forest. And next please. Yeah, this is actually the organic carbon, or what happens to the soil. All this diversity, you will be in we will be in trouble, like which is cause, which is effect. Okay, whether soil improvement is the cost or plant diversity is the cost, both mutually in a dynamic system. Okay, in a dynamic system, which is more important means how the soil organic matter, this thing and all. From agriculturist point of view, the scientists will be mostly, please bear with me, if they will also agree. They will also agree with, they will be first looking into the soil. Okay, the soil, physical and biological conditions, and the nutrition in the soil, that matters a lot. So with a well prepared soil, Chitu madam will also agree with me, at least for the time being. So you have to make the soil, then on that soil, you do the cultivation or you do the productivity, your timber, this thing, that thing and all. It goes like that. But being foresters or from agroforestry, what is our learning is that we also hold good, the statement like you have to start from the soil, but we are, or from the agroforestry or tree being a very important component, we will be able to make the soil more fertile by under the canopy of the trees and by the litter fall, by the litter dynamics, by addition to the soil organic matter, and the sustainability of the soil will be maintained through. Now, when we were studying, means we will be analyzing NPKs, AFGs, micronutrients, trace elements, this thing and all. Gone are these days. Now we understand that for the sustainability, it is the soil health, the physical, soil, and biological aspects. If I ask whether soil is living, how many will agree with living or dead? Soil is live or dead? Not to teachers, students only. it's it is live. Then I'll be in problem. I am constructing my house with not with soil per se, the laterite, this thing and that. So I'll be in huge trouble if it is fully live. Everything is going to become damaged within no time. So I want to put it the point like, I will put, like soil is dead means with a clause, justify. Soil is live means justify. You have to have both answers are correct only. Conditional clause. Put a clause. What is life in the soil actually? Microorganism is the carbonaceous material. It's the carbonaceous material. Microorganisms we will be able to see with our electron microscope, this thing, that thing, and that. But beyond that, you might have seen the fireflies, no? Where from actually it comes? What is the life of the fireflies? What is that microclimatic situations? Maybe in an hour, within an hour, or fireflies have came out. Okay, I'm not telling to going to the entomology science, this thing, that thing, and all. You just watch what is happening. Whether this seed material was there. I mean, even for plants also, you might have seen the mushrooms with a lightning, no? Maybe some area with full of mushrooms. Where actually the seed bank comes? No, these are all for thought process only, not for answering. Okay, these are all the thought process that makes the soil, the microclimate. Okay, the climatic and soil and edaphic situations make some breakthrough, maybe seconds. So I've seen in my native, maybe in the last month only, so many people, they were villages, no, they were going for collecting mushrooms because of lightning. This thing was that one area full of mushrooms. So what I want to tell is, it is the microclimate at the given time. Okay, the physical, chemical, biological, all these things matters a lot. So when we are playing with the most important woody perennial in the system, like trees, the added benefit is it concerns the sustainability to a great extent. I don't want to tell like what is happening in the nutrient. Then okay, madam, I think the separate class like forest soil, no? It's a separate order or separate class for soils. What is for soil? All questions are to students only. Please don't. Please bear with me. This college and PGs. What is for a soil? Is a typical soil, no? What is for a soil means you might have studied. Okay. What is forest soil means? It's highly carbon. Sir, welcome, sir. So it's like the forest soil is very much distinct, which we may not be able to recreate over decades or maybe centuries. That we can challenge. That we can challenge. Maybe the centuries has made the typical forest soil. So I want to make the statement like, why the woody component? There will be some sort of sustainability happens and this thing. Okay, so let me go ahead. Yeah, you just compare the situation of the home gardens and forests. It's almost like compared to our paddy systems and rice paddy system, the soil organic matter is where it is 66% only, but 100 and above in almost all types of home gardens you will see. Yeah, okay, next please. Yeah, these are all the changes that's being happened in Kerala, like over 15 years, right from 1994 to 2015. That is changes in tree preferences. So in the first set, you will be seeing a set of species. From there, after 15 years, your set of species or preference will be entirely different. Next, please. So home garden soil diversity, I already told about diversity and all. I am not going to the lot of macrofauna, then microflora, bacteria, fungi, actinomycetes, all these things are very much there. Then in the mesofauna, mites, all organs, microarthropods, then so many microfauna like protozoa, nematodes, mites, everything will be there in the, just like forest soil in your home gardens also very much rich in the soil diversity. And the soil research in a multi-strata agroforestry system means that's poses some methodological difficulties, but even then we are doing a lot of research to say that how much soil improvement or soil carbon improvement can be made through this agroforest, typical agroforestry like home gardens. Next, please. So these are all yeah, the earthworm population and all these things, report of and study only. Please go ahead. Next, please. Yeah, present land use system. Now I'm coming to Kerala. The present land use system actually that disturbs like the rich agriculture heritage. We are totally forgot the rich traditional agriculture heritage and quick return oriented or scientific unscientific methods of agriculture practice. Something like wonder crops. Sometime it will come like vanilla. Sometime it will come like many other crops. Kacholam, this thing, that thing, and all. So people will be behind that. Then inherent soil fertility loss. You might have heard about the second rotation decline, this thing, that thing, and all. So that's happening in any of no, almost all the soil. When the soil is being forested, means you will be able to better understand. I think in Tamil Nadu also, sir, the department is like soil conservation is with agriculture people only. So yeah, agri engineering. It's a wonder that actually, if you go to Uttaranchal, it is with forest department. Because the right people who wanted to conserve the soil means they have been interested in the job. So how come this soil conservation and this thing happened with agriculture? It's another contradicting this thing only. Okay, next please. Next. Yeah, this is just to show the land use changes, what happened to the land use changes in the state specifically. The paddy, I mean, have been over the years, paddy has been reduced a lot. And you know that the wetlands and I mean, the water bodies that were stored a lot of water and all that situation has totally changed. Just to show that. Next, please. So these are all different, this thing during, I mean, I used to tell even for 2-3, I think not 2-3, many students are there from KU. I'm seeing at least 3-4 faces. Okay. So I used to ask them, no, during our childhood and the most needed toy, the kids will cry for JCB. JCB. So the smallest 10 rupees, 20 rupees means we will give them. So no, the kid will again cry. You want that remote operated, battery operated, this thing, JCB, which can move. You yourself can operate the JCBs and all. No, that the JCBs and all they have made. Totally, your land is gone. One fine day you will be seeing some hillocks, this thing and all. Maybe in the next week you cannot see that hillocks. Maybe for different reasons. for making roads, this thing, earthing up this way, that way, and all. That totally physically damaged the situation. Other than if you just speak of any nutrient loss like NPK and all, what is the scope for going if such a mass this thing is happening in the land? Next, please. So this is the shifting trends in home gardens. I mean, over the years, before conversion, the situation was like, you might have studied like riparian buffers, no? Scholars, PGs, yeah, riparian buffers. You know how beautiful the riparian buffers are. And in European countries, you will wonder that the riparian buffers, the riparian strips for kilometers together, 5 kilometers riparian strip. They are constructing, they are doing this, making this, recreating this riparian strips. So it was something like hillocks. Maybe in the midland, you will be having the strips like that, then it will be joining your paddy field, or such situation was there in Kerala also. But now that is totally converted, and there is a break in between that. So next, please. So this is actually a work of Thomas Fox, and this thing, the most disturbing this thing for the home gardens for the, I mean, 12 years, maybe 11, 12 years was, you will, maybe the reason means it was the main threat was defragmentation, or maybe your building culture. We used to put it like, better than any culture, we used to put it like the building culture. You got the meaning? You can see in the photos also. So what is happening over this thing is, so many buildings are family, when it's getting from joint family to nucleated family, each and every family or husband, including me, no? I'm not away. So everybody wanted to have a separate house, new house, this thing, that thing, and all. So that's like the defragmentation that has questioned the main threat to the home garden. Next, please. So yeah, these are all the land use changes. Then with immediate drivers and the ultimate drivers, I am going to go. It is self-explanatory. I'm not going to the details of this thing, the changing interest and many other things. That makes that's why we started with the socio-economic milieu, the socio-economic parlance. I was just trying to describe what's happening in just 2.5 hours away, Kerala, in Tamil Nadu also. So I was just congratulating the team, NAIP department sir and team, like, you know, the right thing that we are doing as per the socio-economic this thing is. I was asking the questions like, farm is the same, the farmer is the same, then what changed? The 10 years, 15 years rotation you're having for Casuarina. Casuarina means, of course, one example only. Okay, that has brought to months, 36 months, means very confidently. There is a great clap for the team, this thing, and they changed the crop. So that is the socio-economic milieu, socio-economic parlance matters a lot, without which agroforestry means it's a big zero. Okay, that's the point I want to highlight from this thing also. Next, please. So these are all like the home gardens, actually the traditional home gardens. What I think, I'm sorry for the pure visibility. Okay, the traditional home gardens, what was the functions, and this thing in the improved home gardens, or the revitalization of home gardens. We are taking up the project in a big way. We have done one UNDP project also in the Idukki district, this thing and all. We are trying to improvise. I mean, try to make assure the different professional services that you will be able to get instead of we don't have that much land. That's why. So in the available sense and this thing, you will be able to give your just like food forest, fruit forest. So whatever the area the farmer has, we will be providing almost all possible professional services along with the other regulatory functions and this thing. Next, please. That is our thrust for during research. Next, please. That is our thrust in research. Land use shift paradigm. I already told in that graph also. Next. So these are all the land cover changes happened in one particular panchayat. Next, please. So yeah, these are all the average number of trees in urban period. Next, please. I want to, yeah, I am coming to this point. These research priorities, again, I want to underline that. Please don't copy this thing. Don't write anything also. I'll share this file. Please listen to me. So whatever the priorities set up here, what was the background? If you're not able to tell, means I'll stop here. What was the background? Yeah, exactly. It is the socio-economic parlance conditions of the farmer or the farm that matters a lot to set your research priorities. That's why I told, please don't copy this thing. That's entirely depend on the socio-economic conditions, the land conditions, the need of the farmer, or maybe the need of the farm. Farmer means sometimes I told farmer is very wise. Sometimes just like doctor now. Just I will tell my experience also. Before joining the university, I was working in the field for 10 months with one horticulture development program, VFPC as technical officer like that. No, so forester means what is actually we are being rigorously trained for this thing and all. Rigorous training, banana, vegetables, this thing, that thing and all. We are masters at that time. No expert can touch. No, that much rigorous training. All this thing and all. So whenever we go to the farmer, first he will be asking for what he will ask some subsidies, any subsidies available, or maybe like without this thing and all, whether he will be able to get some credit from bank, this thing, that thing and all. That was the situation. Then actually, lot of field visit. The nature of that post or that working is that is with the EEC, the earlier European Economic Community funded this thing and all for the state. So it so happened like when we visit the field, as just like a doctor, we'll be seeing like lot of lot of losses, lot of damages, lot of plant protection aspects, this thing, that thing, and all, pest, disease. Then scientific for banana and all means they'll be using like suckers of not this thing. Then the timing of fertilization, all together looking into means no. If you are making some 3-4 visits in the same farmer means farmer will tell no, I don't want any subsidy. I don't want any credit, this thing and that. Sir, please visit our field once in a month, once in 2 months. Yeah, that's enough. So what is economics? That's why again I asked like whether my friend Dr. Varadaraj is there. Okay. So what is economics means what is profit actually? It is the net production cost. Okay. So there are two ways. We can increase the income one side. Another way means we can reduce the cost of production, which otherwise will happen in the great loss. So the visit of the experts in the field once in a while, that itself will save the farmer. So I told from my experience only. Okay. Okay, the research priorities means I don't want to read out these things, trees outside the forest, and you might have known that in the FSR, I mean the state of forest condition that records and all, you might have seen that the forest, of course, definitely different estimates are there. But it's lucky that the area, the forest, trees outside the forest is increasing. Commendable job from Tamil Nadu and this thing and many other states also, South Indian states, in which the report it has seen that the forest area is increasing. Where actually it's increasing? It's outside the forest only. So many carbon sequestration and you may be knowing like CDM, ARCDM and all. No? You might have heard, no? What is ARCDM? Afforestation, reforestation, clean development. Okay, for all these things, okay. Carbon trading, I'm not, I don't want to enter. If I enter, that means it will take another time and experts are there. So let me come back to the home garden. The research priorities are for carbon sequestration, screening of trees and agroforestry systems. That's another important thing. Development of right intercrop. I mean, their water requirement, water use efficiency and nutrient use efficiency that will be looked into as the present scholar has also done here in the case of teak. Then revitalization of traditional home gardens, focus on timber production and their management practices. Next, please. So these are all growth and productivity, the traditional this thing. Violation of ecosystem benefits. Because whenever you may be knowing like what is PES. What is PES? PES. Payment for ecosystem services. That's all. PES will be having a lot of abbreviations, but in our context, don't try to expand that. In our context, it is PES is payment for ecosystem services. Have you visited any places, examples of this thing and all? Have you been to Shimla? Shimla? You. Okay, yeah. Dr. Ramesh is rising. Okay, from this Simla up now, we have taken our students once to the field again. Then that temple, that from the plateau, actually, we were discussing so many things. And then the villagers told like, so they were actually forming the catchments. I mean, catchments for the drinking water provisions down in Shimla district and all. So what they people have told means earlier there was lot of felling for curcus and other timber trees in that area and all. Now they have stopped. So the municipality is paying for the like something like one group or something like some 2000 nominal cost only 2000 rupees per month, something like that. Some nominal cost only. But the underlying fact is that so they'll be able to then they have all given the provisions for gas instead of cutting the oaks, this thing and all. Because the poor inhabitants over there, that plateau. So what they have done the arrangements, they have arranged gas provisions and they were not allowing for, they were giving some regulations for the grazing animals and this thing and all. So what happened actually, why the municipal down, they are paying for these people means it is for not disturbing, not cutting the oak trees in the uplands that will provide clean drinking water for them. And to my this thing that DFO told that now we don't have any other watches, this thing and all. This society is taking care of these hills around all the temple, all the hillocks. Now they won't allow nobody to enter. Even a cattle for surprise, they will be creating their own fodder, this thing, that thing, and all. So where actually they were depending upon their daily bread or maybe for daily cooking. So from there, it is a mode of, and it's a classical example of, or maybe in the ground level, it is payment for ecosystem. Okay. And another thing is that when we are growing big trees, especially in bamboo and nearby this thing, especially we Kerala people are very much aware of this thing in the sense now, your neighbor will tell, hey, because we have only sense now. Maybe urban means square feet. That's all. If you are growing rearing a big tree means you will be in trouble. Hey, that branches are disturbing me this way. That was the situation some years ago. Now in cities and all, no, this fellow, hey, I am growing one tree here. You will be getting the cool atmosphere, this thing, that thing, and all. You have to pay me. You know the situation. Otherwise, I'll cut it simply just for fun only. I'm telling. Cutting or not is the discretion of the house owner only, landowner. But now it is the gone are these days like no, these branches are disturbing me. So instead of that, this fellow will be telling that you are taking advantage of my tree, which is there in my nearby my fence. You pay for me. What for? Payment for ecosystem services. Right? Okay. Please, next, please. So these are all the trees outside forest situations in specifically in Kerala. Okay, please. Next, please. So these are all some forest cover changes. I already spoke about this thing. SFR, I mean, there is an increase in the total forest cover. Okay, next. Next, please. So these are all the growing stock of trees outside forest in Kerala situation, comparison between states. So you can change, you can see the changes in Tamil Nadu also. You will in forest as per this thing 6.9, yeah, 6.94 cubic meters. Then in trees outside forest means 1.24. Totally, the Tamil Nadu is in this figure. I think Tamil Nadu is having 8.17. Yeah, 8.17 million cubic meters of timber over the years like that from 2015 to, I'm sorry, 13 to 15. Just within 2 years, the estimate says like this much cubic meters timber. Where from actually it came? These are all from, of course, our industrial agroforestry. The industrial agroforestry contributed to a lot into the trees outside forest situation in Tamil Nadu also. Okay, next please. Yeah, trees outside forest resources just show that all, including that jack, this thing, functional diversity, then species diversity, timber standing stock, everything is diverse. Next, next, please. Yeah, you have some climate change mitigation options and carbon credit mechanism options also. So this is, I'm telling it from the point of view of futuring, I mean, the situation research thrust in Kerala only, home gardens, coconut based agroforestry also, we have some carbon credit, this thing and all. Then multi-purpose tree based black pepper. Oh, being foresters means I want to share one more thing. Then plantation crop based agroforestry. I just want to share one thing. of course, no matter, I need agriculture scientists and agriculture, any plantation crop specialist sitting here? No, if any plantation crops also online also, I'll be very happy. This is just for your information. Our ACRP agroforestry has conducted a trial for 25 years. The theme was multi-purpose trees. The multi-purpose trees used for black pepper. Okay, the black gourd or the black pepper. So over 25 years, we have conducted the trial with the indigenous trees that's being used for pepper. Of course, some exotic trees, including acacia and this thing also. That is the symbol theme, no? So in that theme, we have identified like the exotic trees like Acacia auriculaformis, and even our jack, the indigenous tree, no, our which gives the multiple fruits, no, that is very much that's very much suitable for this black pepper growing. And it so happened like I was presenting in the ZRAC, Zonal Research Council, including all, selected stalwarts in the this thing, plantation crops, pepper, this thing, that thing, and all. No, just so as to bring it to the package of practices of the university. I was doing the presentations. So my senior professors in the plantation crops and all, no, they will tell, hey, what is your authority for this thing, that thing, and all. So in the pre-ZRAC, it's like there is no other way than to accept the fact. So it is there now. It is included in the package of practices crops recommendation of Kerala Agriculture University. This is the most important trees or in the agriculture for crops only. It is included like this is the most important tree. But only thing is that, as rightly told, I used to make some trouble with students now. What is the spacing for casuarina? Simply, UG students only, not PG, PhDs. The first question is, what is the spacing for casuarina? Okay, they with some great difficulty, they will tell something. It may run right from how much? Minimum? What is the minimum? 1 meter? Okay, what is maximum? Come on, it will run from 1 foot, 30 centimeter to 30 centimeter to it will go like 4 meters or 5 meters, the traditional 5 meters we are using, where you want to do the intercultural operations. What is the difference? If I ask next question, what is the use of casuarina? Again, another mistake, troubling question only. So the use depends upon, or the spacing, the other way depends upon the end use and management. You know that being foresters means you know that it is the simple play of or a tactic play of the silviculturist. You are managing your density, you are managing your crops, you are the biomass reallocation, no? You know, biomass reallocation. We decide, or the silviculturists decide, how this tree has to grow, right? So that much science is there behind. In context, I just told like that. So the silviculture has got a lot of relevance in the sense, like in ecology. What actually we simply will be the first year and will be very happy, no? For the first trip, hey, with take a binocular, this thing, that thing, and then how trees grows, ecology. When it comes to silviculture, means how to grow trees. Again, difference, no? We are learning from the nature, and we are interested with creating forests in whatever way possible. Technically, it should be like now. So we foresters means we will be having the traditions like we can. Our main, challenge will be what Parthiban sir and all they are doing right now in the ground means we have to forecast, we have to predict for a landscape what will happen 10 years, not what will happen, what should happen 20 years, 30 years. This hillock or this landscape will be surely like this. That is the power of the silviculturist, or maybe like no, we are such a strong land managers on the ground. Now you will be seeing, again, I'll go back to my childhood, bear with me. So during our childhood, and landscaping means first you will search for a lawn grass, this thing, that thing, and all. Now gone are these days. Nobody will search for lawn grass. Your landscaping start with trees, 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 trees. That is the situation in Kerala also. Wherever you have some land, your landscaping start with suitable trees in the suitable place. So there are also a lot of importance for the tree components. Yeah, next please. Yeah, we are almost over. Yeah, the significance of home gardens, ecological, socio-economic, and next, please. Next. Yeah, to conclude, the humid tropics undergo unusual and undesirable changes in the land use changes. The urbanization and socio-economic changes means adversely affecting the agriculture productivity also. Then, okay, declining home garden productivity, tree wealth calls for a paradigm shift. Strategy for promotion of tree farming or profitable option, another profitable option. Then awareness on climate change and resilience of agroforests and payment for ecosystem services are of very much important. Then next. Thank you very much. So I forgot to tell one thing like, I mean, in the agro system, tackling the agro ecosystem, agroforestry has got a very great power. Okay. So what for the agriculture to continue, for the sustainability of agriculture, agroforestry now has been recognized. When we were studying, it was very difficult. Hey, what is forestry? We will be in trouble. Hey, what course you are studying? Again, difficult. For which post actually you people are nothing. We have to tell we are agriculture university, this thing, that thing, and that. Gone are these days. Now you have an identity like you are a forester, you are an agroforester, you are a silviculturist. Means for that, what we should have? We should have the knowledge, not only the theory, from the practical ground also. We have to have the knowledge and the science. Something will be something we have to have some. We should have something in our hand. For the simple reason that you are having that graduate, this graduate, nothing will do. Okay. So I think we are almost, not almost. I'm sorry that I exceeded the time, Balasar. So it's now, yeah. We are done with almost. We are speaking with home gardens means again it will go like no. It will be an extended. Thank you very much for making me this opportunity. Thank you very much. So if you have any doubts or anything to discuss, contribute, you are most welcome.
In one hand, it will with the water, it will give also. In other hand, but it's a more active because the secondary forest same area of the family. So
Okay.
from your point of view, entering this new what going with that and you because I think rubber is very limited. So you have in
Okay, very good, very good, very good. What's your name? Okay, Minashin. It's a very good, very nice questions. I appreciate that. Please sit, please sit. I appreciate that. So it's actually then we have to answer Ashwin's questions. Chorus means I am going back to the tradition of rubber plantation. Actually, it started in Kerala, and it is almost like you might have seen like 49% of the area is, or even our wood requirement, Rubco. You just Google means you will get it. Okay, almost all our furniture, this thing, that thing, and all from Rubco. So in the wood requirement also, that is from production side. Not rubber is not exclusively for timber and all. After having all this latex for maybe for 25 years, this thing and all 30 years, after tapping, the final harvesting, it is very much used for from the production side. So what happened to the soil means it is for almost centuries. It is for almost for the centuries. The plantation is in existence in Kerala traditionally. So what we have done is what is happening to the soil. So whatever it happened means farmer is practicing for second rotation, maybe third rotation also, third slaughtering, or maybe in some places fourth rotation of rubber has come. So what is happening to this soil? That was the question behind that, and it's just like any other plantation, maybe better than the other plantation area. This is sequestering carbon, or it is binding the soil per se. Okay, physically, chemically, and biologically. And if you just look into the microbial diversity also, and even in visual also, you'll see that a lot of arthropods, earthworms, this thing, that thing, and all. Wherever not much chemicals are used. Okay, so it was we were no way we'll be giving some propaganda like where actually the climate and soil and such tradition is not there means rubber is. We won't recommend like rubber is a candidate for the simple reason that it will improve soil. No, it's totally the statement is like what is happened during the life cycle of a rubber plantation. That was the background for looking that data. Is it clear? So please do, we are not recommending or we are not there to tell that for the simple reason like for organic matter, this thing and soil carbon, this thing and all. So rubber is a candidate now. No way it will be good. It's good that you raised that point. Appreciate that.
Cochin airport is now written for import of. You can enter from Brazil with me very. How is home garden in sustainable resources? How it can be seen?
Yeah. I have shown. Please go to that would require this thing. So slide. Maybe 10th would requirement that photos no. No, it's not at all sustainable. Now also the picture is like that only. But the relevance of home gardens, what addition, revitalization of home gardens, what is happening is we will be able to, or the farmer is coming, or the household is coming for lot of diverse thing. For example, food forest. It can be practiced in some 20 cents and 25 cents, not more than that, 30 cents. That is the that much acreage only the people are having. Then I told in the starting itself, the dependence of the farmer or maybe the household on his own farm is very less. Even without your farm and all, because very good percentage they are employed, they are NREs, this thing, that thing and all, because of the less dependence, and they have the very good buying capacity also. So the option is now the pressure is for making beautiful forest-like things from where you will be getting provision like food. Then fruits means we'll go and visit some good places. You don't want to take lunch. Different type of fruits you will get all around your home like that. So there are some tourism is also happening in small way. Is some farm tourism. So if you just happen to be there means now you can go around, you can pluck your own fruits, this thing, that thing and all. So such extent wise, no, the land is very less. I still the situation is like that. As far as the wood requirement is concerned, now 49% is from rubber plantations. Home gardens means almost 1/3 we are getting sustained, but we don't know how long it will go. But we are rightly try to accept that we are the very good importers of wood. There is no doubt. Agar wood, there are a lot of inquiries and this thing and all, but that agar wood, there are some scope like no, but that microbial this thing and all. Yeah.
Now 4 years.
Yeah. Not commercially. Not commercial thing. Some people they will tell my agar wood is this much girth only for that micro this thing inoculation. What should we do this thing that thing and all. The technology means that's one right point we have to intervene with our NRM department. I think, of course, with pathology and this thing. So many inquiries are there, but it didn't reach any sort of commercial. Kerala home gardens means Kerala home gardens means we didn't actually. Kerala is one of the states where actually that assessment is not yet done. Total probable area will get that.
Regarding whether it is a natural. Always there is a debate.
Yeah.
What you must say about it?
My rating is like no, the traditional home gardens. Naturally, it was there. From there, the revitalization or improvisation has happened. That is one thing. I think there is nothing like a newly. Now there is something like so many queries and so many this thing to create the forest like new home gardens also along the home. That's very recently, maybe in the last decade, has seen like Miyawaki forest, forestation, this thing, that thing, and all. But for that, the so-called the even goes without saying like traditional home gardens of Kerala. The term itself, you'll see that most of the crops that is present in the forest, no, that will be available in the most of the home gardens. So my this thing is that traditionally home gardens was. Now people are making like the forest all around the newly constructed homes, vacant lands, this thing and all. That is very recently only. Both are there. Both.
Or national agroforestry policy is there. In Kerala's situation, you have unique home garden conditions. Moreover, this is also getting fragmented due to urbanization, climate change, as well as absentee landlords. So many reasons are there. Are there any guidelines or
This thing,
amendments or
okay,
even the policy from government
yeah,
to contain the loss of home garden or improve
Yeah.
the area for home garden?
okay. With respect
Whether it is
to,
prevalent.
yeah. With respect to the area per se means we don't have any guideline for that. But with respect to some this thing, now farmer has got sort of lenience like if you have 1 hectare land with a home and all, no, you don't want to you don't want to go for the felling of teak trees and all. Such rules are means yeah, that gives a lot of this thing for the farmer. That is because of the national agroforestry policy only. But regarding the extent wise and land wise means there is no such guideline. But anyway, that farmer,
Only the results are
yes,
very
diluting,
diluted.
the dilute fragmentation is happening. So in that given this thing, if it is a land area, if it is a lowland means in your paddy this thing and there are some restrictions. The other one we don't have that restriction. Already the per capita land or the area is very small. So maybe then in the national this thing also bamboo has brought under removed from the tree this thing and all. No? That is promoting a lot. That has been, it is not in the tree list. It is a national level intervention only. That's and all people are taking bamboo in a big way. Sir.
As per the recent trend analysis of urban forestry, whether it has changed, increase in area? or
Yes,
it is-
yes, it is increased in area. Increased in area very much. And there are lot of inquiries, lot of consultancies. Even in my one UNDP project was there, home garden, this thing and that. Small garden. So there are a lot of, if I used to tell my graduates also, if somebody has to want to take up some consultancy services, this thing means a golden opportunity now. It's for landscaping means forestry or agroforestry is very much consulted, exclusively for landscaping. So I was telling like now earlier when we are telling about landscaping means it's the lawn grass to start with. Now it is the right tree component in the right place. Of course, we have to get the provisions maybe by way of fruits or shade or maybe recreation, whatever it may be. So we don't have that much. We can give some, make some projects and this thing map, this thing and all. Not beyond that. None of the graduates, they have taken it like a consultancy or on the ground. No, we don't have. You go out, these people will be able to execute, except 1 or 2. So we don't have this thing like no. You go and see this firm, consult these fellows. They will make your plan like execution. We don't have. What it told is exactly right. Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, our senior. Thank you very much, Bala sir, Parthiban sir, and all senior colleagues. And Rama joined, Usha Malini joined. Yeah, I remember the names also. Dr. Bharani, Dr. Ramesh, Subbalakshmi, she was also for PhD. She was my senior only here. Yeah, I can see. Thank you very much, sir.
Respected Dean Forestry. So we came to the concluding session of this lecture. Respected Dean Forestry, today's chief guest, Dr. Jamaluddin sir, and faculty members and student friends, good morning to one and all. It's my pleasure to thank our Vice Chancellor Madam, who has given us the opportunity to conduct such a seminar with the experts from all over the country to have an idea and in-depth knowledge what is happening in the particular subject. I hope all the students and faculty members have got some knowledge and ideas about the subject what sir has talked. Thank you, madam. Next to sir, we are thankful to our Dean PGS, who has readily accepted this proposal of organizing this guest lecture with Jamaluddin sir and also given adequate funds to organize this seminar. And next is our Dean Forestry, who is our guiding force in organizing this type of guest lectures and facilitating in all our proceedings what we are doing. Thank you, sir. And I take this opportunity to thank all the faculty members and the students' friends who have helped me in organizing this guest lecture. and also attending this guest lecture for getting more knowledge about the particular topic. Thank you, one and